and may not be suitable for children under 13 years of age. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Patriot Prime here once again with another episode of the SITREP. And tonight, our guest is joining us from across the pond. Please welcome Tony from SoundwaveSG1 Reviews on YouTube. Tony,
hello,
how you doing tonight?
Oh, sorry. Hello, you and Sue Shot Long Pigs.
I appreciate you staying up really late to join me tonight. Yeah, you said it was 1 a.m. where you are at right now?
It's 2 a.m. right now, yeah.
2 a.m. right now. So
yeah,
he's got his caffeine. Me too. It's a Thursday, so I have to go to the Mountain Dew instead of the normal stuff I drink. Oh, I like that mug.
Yeah, it's a vintage one from 1987.
Really? Nice.
Oh.
I don't have one of those in my collection. Off to eBay I go, I guess.
No, I got it from TF Nation last year for £5. And I went, mine.
You know something odd that I've always wanted to add to my collection? I've only seen once. It was at a Sears back in the early 80s. Do you remember the Optimus Prime cookie jar head?
No, we didn't get those in the UK.
I don't know what I was thinking of the other day, and I thought I would love to have one of those in the collection, but I have no idea where to put it. I'm actually going to be doing a purge soon. I'm either going to be putting stuff in Rubbermaid totes or selling them because I got to get some of this under control.
Oh, excuse me.
You got that mute button down pat.
I have, yes.
Yeah, so Tony's kind of dealing with the flu you said you're fighting?
Yeah, the dreaded leggy, as we call it here. It's not fun. So if I accidentally cough, for people who've got headphones, I do apologize.
Well, they're used to stuff that happened here. So, well, there's Wind Charger in the chat. Hello, Wind Charger.
Hello.
He usually always joins us. Yeah, normally I do this about an hour later, but for you, I didn't want you to be up at 3 a.m. I'm going to try not to keep you here too long tonight.
No, that's fine. All
right. So how the SITREP works, of course, you said you've been binging SITREPs to know what you're in for, and nobody ever knows what they're in for because who knows how this is going to. But I have 10 questions for you, my friend. 5 questions regarding you as a Transformer collector and 5 questions regarding you as a YouTuber. And we'll go from there. Hey, P. Jennings is in the house. I got to give him another big shout out. This guy entrusted me with his HasLab Deathsaurus to Toyhax up and send back to him.
Wow.
I tell you, I saw your pictures too. He looks so good on the throne. I never took the throne out of the plastic. If there wasn't decals for it, I didn't take it out. So, I'm always nervous when I borrow somebody's expensive figure.
Nobody's done that for me yet.
There was a gentleman lent me his G1 Overlord. I was scared to death reviewing that. It was a quick review back in the box, and it went back to him.
Oh, well, that's a scary one.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. And first off, not really part of the question, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm from the UK. Sorry, that's my phone. I do apologise. I should have turned that off. I'm from the UK. I am from a town called Hull, which is on the east. Well, it's in the East Riding of Yorkshire. And I've been a Transformers fan since day one, really, since '84. 40 years ago.
Doesn't it make you feel old?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's not just
I finally
Transformers.
shaved all the gray off my face. I was looking at myself on the videos. I'm like, why did I grow a beard? I look so old.
Yeah, I tend to shave and I tend to dye my hair because I get a Reed Richards thing going on. It's no.
Now, I apologize. You're so down under the weather, but
no, it's fine. An hour ago,
how fast you're hitting that mute button when you get it off.
Yeah, an hour ago I was perfectly fine. Now it just seems to want to rear its ugly head, which is nice of it, isn't it?
Wind Charger's coming to visit.
It's what, sorry?
Wind Charger's coming to visit.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. But come for TF Nation, which is in August, you won't be disappointed.
I am so upset that I'm not going to be able to go to TFCon this year because it's the 40th anniversary of Transformers, but I can't go because of my job. And there's no way I could do it. I have tried to see if I can manipulate my work schedule to match up with them, and it's not going to happen. So
when I was working, Oh, sorry, excuse me.
He's already on the plane. Hey,
Yeah.
Craig.
When I was working, the day I went in, the first day I started was I said to my boss, I went, "This is the weekend I'm having off every year. There's no if buts, hows, and whys. If there's no one else coming in, there's no chance I'm coming in this weekend." And he just kind of went, "Okay."
See, I can't play that game. I have what they call authority, so I have to be there. All right. Well, buddy, let's go ahead and get into these questions. That way, I won't keep you so long since you're not feeling so great.
Yeah, well, I'm okay. I'll get by.
Okay. Just drink a lot of tea and just power through it, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, number one, sir, is what is the appeal of Transformers for you?
Ooh, now. Well, I'm a big sci-fi guy. I grew up with Star Wars and introduced to Star Trek when I was little as well. And then I got into Masters of the Universe. And then it was that first opening of not knowing what it's all about, and then seeing jets turn into robots, cars turn into robots, and I was just like, this is it. And then watching the show, realized, oh, they're from space, so they're not just robots, they're aliens as well. And I thought, this is right in my wheelhouse. And then when as a kid, looking outside in the street, thinking that your parents' car could be a robot in disguise. That truck driving down the road could be a robot in disguise. And that just fires the imagination. And I just thought, this is it. I'm done. I'm here forever.
So did you experience the toys first, or was it the cartoon or comic? Now, you had the awesome UK comics. Did you read those?
Yes, I have most of them. I have all the trade paperbacks that they brought out.
I was so mad because I had some of the trade paperbacks, and then IDW was making them in these thick volumes, and then they just quit right before they got to the Time Wars.
Yeah,
which is
Time
the
Wars
best
is a great
series.
story as well.
But
yeah, right. You see, the thing is, in the UK, Transformers didn't air as a whole episode. We had to wait, like during the summer holidays and during the what we call half term. Spring break, I think you call it. They had a show on kids TV, and it was called Wackaday. And then what they would do is just like a dude messing about in the studio, competitions for kids, show cartoons, but Transformers would be shown in 5-minute chunks over a course of a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about a teaser.
Yeah. So I didn't really see. I mean, I'd seen episodes on VHS tapes. That's how old I am. VHS tapes. Saw the movie on VHS. Then a company called Sky, which is basically cable in the UK, they started showing it on a Saturday morning, and it was just like, right, that's it. My Saturdays are done. Saturday morning cartoons need to be brought back. But they used to have a whole block segment of it'd be Transformers, Mask, He-Man, Inspector Gadget, Batman the Animated Series, X-Men. Yeah, this is later on in the 90s. But it was all like just a good few hours of just solid cartoons. It was great.
See, I never got the Transformers cartoon where I lived out here in BFE in the country. I could only see it on cable at my grandfather's, where I live now. When I come into town and visit him on the weekdays, after school, I'd walk down, and then it was Brave Star, He-Man, Transformer, or no, I guess Jim was in there, so my sister could watch something. Jim, I remember it was and G.I. Joe was the last cartoon of the evening before the news kicked in.
Well, G.I. Joe was weird in the UK because it was called Action Force for a lot of years, and it was sort of like international. So all the characters had been redubbed with French accents, and believe it or not, I can't remember the name of the pilot with the sunglasses, the cowboy hat.
Wild Bill
from Hull, where I'm from in the UK. Yep. And when I read that, I was like, oh, he's from where I live, so that's good.
Well, I remember the first time I read a UK book that had Action Force, and I'm reading it. I was like, well, that's G.I. Joe. Why are they called Action Force? Of course, that's back before I knew everything.
Yeah. Back in the Helsing days. But then I got into the comics really hard because my mother, she used to get me both Transformers and Real Ghostbusters. And so every Saturday morning I'd get a new book, and I'd be like, right, read it. And then a friend of mine just came around one day and went, here, and give me a stack of Transformers comics, and I just went, "Oh, right, that's me done for the weekend," you know. But yeah, like I said, because we in the UK didn't know that you weren't getting these stories, because what they used to do is obviously comics are produced monthly, so for the first few months or so, you could, because they just used to split it into half books, and then they'd have another story like Action Force or Iron Man or something else, and then so basically just expand the comic a bit, and then they'd slip in the UK stories when they had nothing else to print for that week, and it was really good. And then, of course, when I found out later, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now, I understand. But yeah, I fell in love hard with the comics back when I was a kid.
Yeah, I love the UK stories. I liked how they used the characters that we didn't get over here in our US comics, because you guys had Galvatron and Cyclonus pretty much right after the movie was main characters in the UK comic. Where over here, we didn't get Galvatron until near the end of the run.
Yeah, I think is it Matrix Quest where he first shows up?
At the end of the Matrix Quest,
yeah.
I believe. Because in Marvel, he was Galvatron 2. He was from another universe.
Yeah, because they even brought out because I've got the reissue of Galvatron in the cartoon colours, but they also did the same one with Galvatron 2. And I passed on it, and I should have bought it, but there you go.
That's one of those ones. I had that anime colored Galvatron, and I sold it, and now trying to get one back is just ungodly expensive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I managed to find it for like a really decent price as well. And I just went, yeah, I can't leave that there.
Yeah, that's the problem now. You being a collector and you wanting old stuff, man. It's not like it was back in the days when I first started collecting. You get G1s, maybe they were 10 or $20 above what they were. Not anymore.
No. It always annoys me because where I live, we have in the UK, we've got a thing called charity shops, and occasionally you could go in and people would just donate things to charity. So you go in, buy something, and that money goes to charity, basically.
Oh, kind of like a Goodwill.
Yeah, like Goodwill. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, so a few years ago, 20 years ago, you could find them in there. Now they're straight on eBay. And it annoys me that Graham, the Collect 75, used to get them for nothing, next to nothing, from a shop that he says was near him, and like a comic shop, and people just donate them or sell them to the comic shop, and he'd buy them for like ridiculously cheap prices. I'm like, yeah, I'm just jealous when every time he told me that story.
Yeah, this right here, everybody knows they have something right now. Flea market. Flea markets were awesome. I love to tell my Megatron story. Went to a flea market. It's probably over 20 some years ago. And I'm looking, and this guy.
Oh, he's frozen.
There we go. I see a toy gun laying on his table, and I pick it up, and I said, how much for this toy gun? And he says, oh, $5. I handed him $5 and immediately transformed it into Megatron. And he's like, oh, I didn't know it did that. I'm going to have to ask you for more. I was like, no, you said $5 and I paid you $5.
That's it.
All right, well, let's move on to question number 2. Aside from Generation 1, which is always the number one answer, what is your favorite Transformers fiction?
Beast Wars. I love Beast Wars. Now, I didn't... Right, this is a convoluted story. You ready for this? Now, I didn't know Beast Wars was a thing because back in about when it came out, like 96, I was into my Star Trek hard. Because back in 96 was First Contact was coming out, Deep Space Nine was on its 5th season, Voyager was on its 3rd season. So it's like I'm Star Trek in the whole way. And then I was at a Star Trek convention one year and waking up through a hangover. A friend of mine I was sharing the room with, when I put the TV on and I'm looking at the CGI thing. And I thought, what's this? And then I heard Megatron. I was like, oh, okay. Megatron, that sounds familiar. And then my friend goes, oh, this is the new Transformers. And I'm like, oh, right. So I'm going and I'm watching it. I'm going, but, okay, that's Megatron. Okay. And I'm like, but where's Soundwave? And where's, Starscream? And so where's the gang, basically? And I'm like, oh, well, this isn't for me, this. No. But then when I actually got the series, I thought, I'm going to sit down and watch it. I binged it from start to finish. And I'm like, this is amazing. Why did I see it back in the day? And then I went, oh, sorry.
To think about it, when it first came out, it's like they really weren't sure where they were going with it.
Yeah.
Because the series really gets going about halfway through season number 1. That's when you start getting that G1 connection, and season 2 just blew it out the water.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But there's some great characters in that show. I mean, I love Quick Straight. He's a great character. Inferno is one of my favourites. You know, as Tarantulas. And, of course, Megatron. Yeah.
Megatron, yes.
Ah, my dear Rampage. So I'll stop that now.
See, Beast Wars is what brought me back to collecting because I didn't have any Transformers. I think I had an Optimus Prime and a Megatron, but didn't really have hardly anything because I'd sold my G1s years ago. And when I saw Beast Wars on the shelf and I saw Megatron, and if you remember Megatron, I don't know, I actually have. Here they are. I'm getting ready to send this to Ghost Prime in California. He's going to have David K sign it for me.
Oh, nice.
But I think, I almost don't want to take this out. His bio card on the original toy was, this is the original Megatron that used bioengineering or whatever to turn himself into T-Rex. So his bio card was different than what they did for the show. And I remember reading this over and over again. And I finally decided I'm going to buy that. What the hell? I want to see this new Megatron. I fell in love with him. So Beast Wars is what brought me back into all this.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's going to be Robots in Disguise that actually brought me back into it hard. Because when Robots in Disguise came out, or at least in the UK anyway, they were showing them at like 7 o'clock in the morning. I was setting my DVR to record it. That's going back a few years. And then watching it, and then actually going, this is pretty silly, but I'm enjoying it. But as that came out, because there was in the UK anyway, there was a drought of anything Transformers for a long time. You were lucky to see anything. And then about this time, Toys R Us was selling all Beast Wars stock dirt cheap, and I got almost all of it. Because every payday, I'd go into Toys R Us and come out with a ton. And we've got a discount store in our area in East Yorkshire called, it's called Boys, but in Hull we call it Boyses. It's the way it's spelled. It's got an E in it. Don't ask me why. They had them in there, and for like £5 for a deluxe, and I just went, I've got about 40 quid in pocket. Cheers, thank you. And then we'll pop, and this is the thing, Beast Wars figures were popping up almost anywhere. There was just up the road, there's a little corner shop, we call them, and they had Beast Wars figures in there. They had Optimus and Megatron, the Transmetal. I got Transmetal Pterosaur and Air Razor and Dinobot, and again, a couple of quid. And then the lady behind the camera goes, your kids are going to love them. I went, no, these are for me.
Yeah, I remember for the longest time before collecting was cool, every time I bought a figure, especially if you go through it, some hot chicks checking you out. And it's like, is this for your brother? It sure is. My little brother. That's for.
And then, so Beast Wars, loved animated, because it was, again, kind of silly, but the Decepticons in that were like a proper threat, and I loved it. And I liked the fact that the Autobots were always on the back foot. And yeah, he had some silly episodes in there when they all became human. And but I love Soundwave in that. But because he comes with a keytar, went, come on, you can't not that. And then Prime. Again, I do this thing of watch the first 3 episodes and go, nah, this is not the thing. And I thought, you know what? Everybody's raving about this Prime. I'll watch it. It was on Netflix, and I thought, I'll binge it the whole show. Fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Really did enjoy it. Although I did kind of scream at the TV a little bit when they've been fighting in space, and then they go to the Arctic, and then they almost freeze to death. I'm like, but you've just been fighting in space, and it's a hell of a lot colder. And I'm like, okay.
It's hard to argue that Transformer logic, like when Galvatron's choking Hot Rod and Unicron. How are you choking him? He doesn't breathe anyway.
You see, I put my own spin on it. I think he's trying to just twist his head off.
I'll go with that, except for the fact he goes like that.
Yeah. Because
all right.
Greatest movie of all.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. Number 3, do you have a favorite figure or holy grail in your collection? A figure you will never let go of? Say you have to sell your whole collection. This one's not going anywhere.
There's a few, and I know I've been watching previous episodes, and everybody's got 2 or 3, and it is serious. There's 3 I could not get rid of. One is my original Soundwave, which I never got as a kid. I only saw one, and it was a friend of mine's cousin who brought it, and I've only ever seen the one when I was a kid. And I got it. Well, I got a reissue, but then I got the original at I think off eBay for like not a lot of money. So there's my original Soundwave, because Soundwave. My G1 Scorponok, because it's complete, and it's a present I got for Christmas off my mum and dad. My mum's not with us anymore, so that's sort of special in itself. And my last thing is my original G1 Black Zarak.
Ooh.
Yes. Because
are you afraid to touch that one?
Actually, it's a lot more solid. Do you know what? Bear with us.
God, I hope he doesn't break it on my show.
Don't say things like that.
Oh my goodness, he's so pretty.
He is. He's a lot more solid. See, like the arms are not gold plastic, so you can position him quite well.
Right. Now, what's the gold on him? What is the gold exactly?
Right. So you've got.
I knew his feet. Yeah.
Well, these are 3D printed feet, actually. So, but the panels on there, yeah, that says Andy in Japanese apparently. The weirdest thing is all the big heavy ratchet joints that control his tail, they're all gold plastic. This is all gold plastic. Zarak in there is all gold plastic. The mechanism for the there you go. All this is all gold plastic. So yeah, wow. I actually have a spare head as well. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so there's a story behind this. You can just stay there just for a moment. So
please don't kick it.
Sorry.
I was saying I hope you don't kick it. Accidentally kick
no, he's just here in front of me. So 2018, the East Bush come to TF Nation. Theo, the Lord God our Theo, he did a video with Nick Davidson, who runs a table called Toy Fu. And what they do is they scour the world. This is at TF Nation. They scour the world for the rarest of the rare stuff. But also people donate and they sell them to it. And what they do is any money they make, they give to charity. So it's a good way of buying things, but also giving to charity at the same time, which is good. So they did a video. Basically, they bought a big load from Japan. And in that video, this Black Zarak shows up. So I'm going, need it, want it, need it, want it, need it, want it. So, but I was told that somebody had already put money down for it. And I'm like, oh, damn it. Well, I was close, but no cigar. So, cut to 2019, my then partner came with me to TF Nation, and I got to Nick Davison collars me in the bar and says, "Do you still want that Black Zarak?" I'm like, "Of course." And I thought he'd been sold, and he went, "Well, yeah, but they backed out right at the last minute." So why don't you message me then? I'd have bought it, but anyway, I got a Star Saber out of it because I didn't buy this that year. Anyway, so I go to the table. My ex-girlfriend is in my ear going, "Do you want Tim?" I'm like, "Yes." Do you need Tim? "Yes." "Are you going to buy Tim?" I'm like, "But it's £200, and because he's not complete or anything. If it's £200, and she goes, "Well, I'll buy it." I said, "No, I'll buy it." So I give £200, and a girl on the table called Becca, she held him aloft like the baby Jesus, like this. And I went, I wish I got a video of it. It was so funny. Then he wrapped it up in bubble wrap, and then I became Gollum for half an hour while I ran into the bar and go, "Look what I've just bought! I've got the precious." So yeah, it's
that's great.
And I'm like, well, I've achieved my life goals. Don't know about anybody else. So yeah, so I couldn't in all consciousness sell him because there's memories attached to it,
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, no, sorry.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's like buying a tangible memory. You look at it on your shelf and you go, "Well, this happened when I
I'll
got
tell you what,
this.
I wish G1 Scorponok had a head like that. That's my only complaint with that figure is the fact Scorponok's head. I mean, it's got the big helmet, but then he's got the teeny tiny little face.
Yeah. And then Fort Max is like this taller, Right. You're going to live there. And you're going to sit.
All right. So question number 4 is, what is your white whale? What is your most wanted toy? You got Black Zarek now.
It used to be Black Zarek.
Yeah. So now what is it?
Well, one figure that's eluding me at the moment is Star Convoy. I've been after one of those for a while because it just looks cool. I know the vehicle mode is a bit, but I do like a good Optimus Prime. And he just looks cool. And the reissue is a lot better than the original because you got the gold stripe on him. So him, Grandis, which I'm never going to find. There's like a few. Newton Quest Super Convoy and Fire Guts Jinrai.
So just a few.
So only, just a little bit. I mean, I like I said, it's more for, I know I shouldn't do this as a YouTuber, but it's more for, I want to, sorry. I want to review it and show people that, there are other figures out there. You know what I mean?
That's when I started. A lot of the G1s I was reviewing was the latter year figures that not many people knew of, because us guys in 84, when we were collecting, by the time 87, 88 came along, we weren't collecting anymore.
No.
And so I love showing those because a lot of people are like, I didn't even know that existed.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, it's weird because you go on eBay, for example, and you can get the 84, 85, 86 reasonably inexpensively, depending on, but you go later on and they're really hard, and some of the 87, 88, 89 figures are really hard to find.
Especially the Action Masters.
Yeah, I have a few. I haven't got lost.
I thought they were so lame at first, but man, they're kind of cool to get a hold of. But them vehicles, I didn't realize the vehicles were so complex.
Yeah, I have action. The only vehicle I've got is Action Master Wheeljack, and it's not good.
I guess my last big figure or vintage figure I got was Countdown and the whole rocket base.
Yes, I missed out on that by 2 minutes because I was looking at it, and when you're at a table and you're sort of looking at other things and you turn and go, oh, Countdown, and then I walked up. As I'm walking over to it, some guy's putting it in a bag. I'm like, oh, damn it. God damn it.
I forget how I got mine, but it was a pretty good deal, and I got it 100% complete.
Nice.
I need to pull him out and dust him off. He's like at the very bottom. That's all my Micromasters are displayed around him.
Do you know, Micromasters get a bad rep, but I actually like Micromasters a lot. I reviewed Ground Shaker fairly recently. And
Micromasters was one of the first lines that I reviewed on my channel. I think it was on a May. And I said, well, let's make May Micromaster month. And I went through all of them.
I'm not going to steal that at all.
Hey, that was years ago. I'll let you have it.
Thank you. No, yeah, I think they're really cool. I mean, especially if you're a little kid, they're perfect to put in your pocket, and there you go, fix it. I
had these pulled out from my Deathsaurus Toyhax video. They all pretty much have the exact same transformation too. It's just so simple.
Yeah, but like I say, to a kid, that's a great play pattern, especially when you've got a base that goes with it and stuff. Like the Japanese really went down with it with Sky Gary and all those container ships, and you could put into Star Convoy and all that, and they really went down with it. And it's not a bad idea. I think maybe what they should have done was made, Optimus Prime, Soundwave, and all the guys as Micromasters. I think that would have done really well, I think.
Yeah, because we didn't get any main figures. They were all brand new characters, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you look at is it the Off-Road Patrol? You've got a grey, like, Jeep kind of one, which I'm looking at it going, well, that could be Trailbreaker. You've got a red van, which is Ironhide. You've got an orange truck. I'm like, you paint that red. It's Optimus Prime. Come on. Sea Spray. Sea Spray, yeah. No, Sea Watch.
I'm just going with what you said. You can turn them into.
Oh, yeah, Sea Spray, yeah.
This one, my Toyhax upgrade. See how it's got the extra? Well, you probably can't see that. It's got all the different little decals on it.
Oh, nice. I love my Toyhax upgrades. My favourite set I ever did was Metroplex. He just looks so much better with all the lights and stuff, and the buildings and so. He looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Sorry, I went on a white tangent there. Sorry.
That's fine. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up our Transformers questions with, what is your favorite Transformers character? Any fiction, any media?
Well, judging by my name, I think you can probably guess.
Blaster.
No, it's Prowl. No, it's got to be this fella. Good old Soundwave.
Oh, which one's that?
This is the RED one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My dad bought me for my birthday. Was it 2 years ago? He's just cool. I love Soundwave. I love the way he looks. I love the voice. The voice is just what initially gravitated towards, because he's the only, because they're all robots. He's the only one that sounds like a robot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like the monotone, the way he speaks. And then he's got Laserbeak Rumble and all the cassettes. He's just fantastic. And I met Frank Welker.
What would that have been as a kid, just to be able to eject all those tapes out of him?
And just go, eject operation interference.
But
I met Frank Welker, and I fangirled hard.
Hell, I would too.
Oh, just before the world went to into bits, it was at a Comic-Con in Liverpool, which is just, from where I am, if you just head west, you'll end up in Liverpool. It's on the other side of the country, so it's about 3 hours drive. We've gone there. Peter Cullen was there. Frank Welker was there. There had a few other people like Flash Gordon and a few from Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. But Frank and Pete was the reason why I was going. And one of the reasons is 2020. Peter Cullen was going to be at TF Nation that year, but because of everything that went down, obviously he wasn't. And I couldn't get a ticket for his autograph, basically. They'd sold out almost like that. And I'm at work with my phone going, like, I'm trying to get a ticket. And then I got a notification on Facebook going, oh, but he's going to be at this convention. Marvellous. And of course, Frank was there as well. And I met Frank, and I went up to him, and I don't get starstruck normally. I went up to him, and I couldn't speak for a second. I was like, the voice of my childhood is right there. Because he does everyone, And then I went, right, I love Megatron, but Soundwave is my boy. And he did the voice for me right there. And I was wearing a T-shirt that had all the cassettes on it as well. And he just did the voice and went, like that. And then I went round to meet Peter Cullen. And then he did the voice, because he's the voice of the Predator in the first Predator film. And he did the voice of the Predator. I was like, oh my God. So it was
who I told that to one time. They're like, no way. I'm like, yeah, way.
Yeah.
He was the Predator.
Yeah, well, Hal Rail is the voice of Predator in Predator 2, and he's Snarl and Shrapnel.
Yep.
Yeah. So I met both Predators. So Soundwave, he's just cool. And I have every version of the mold, the original mold.
Wow. With
the exception of, I don't have the Linkin Park one because it's hard to find. I don't have the Shattered Glass one because that's just stupid expensive at the moment. Like 700
with the headband.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't justify that much money just for what it is. I'm like, I could mod one, I guess. I've got the Cassette Man. I've got Sound Blaster. Sound Blaster's cool as well. The double chest and.
Oh yeah, I just did a quick review on him first of the month.
Yeah, I do like Sound Blaster. I like the color scheme. The black Soundwave just looks so much better. It's actually if you want somebody redubbed the bit where he comes online, because out with the on YouTube, if you just put Soundwave Headmasters redub, and somebody perfectly captured the voice, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find that. The only dub I ever saw was that horrible one where they called Blaster Billy.
Yeah, the Star TV dub. Yes, that's weird.
Well, Daniel's name Sparkle or some shit like that.
Sparkle, yeah. And it's kind of when they're introducing characters, I'm like, sorry, who's that? You talking about?
Sparkle. What the?
Yeah, Sabaton, and then Wally. I think they call Metroplex Wally. And it's like, do you not understand what this is? But I watched that show and I'm like, I really need the train box now. Yeah.
All right. Well, you ready to move on to some YouTube questions? Let's get to know you as a YouTuber. I've known you, I guess I first saw you on the YouTube Facebook page. Yeah. Transform YouTubers, or somehow that's how we got to know each other on Facebook.
Yeah.
But first question, number 6 for YouTube is, what possessed you, a grown man, to do toy reviews on YouTube?
Well, grown man is stretching it a little bit. Right. This is going, again, a convoluted story. When YouTube first become a thing, I think it came out, was it 2005-ish? And around about 2007 is when people started uploading things. And I just, out of curiosity, I just went, oh, I wonder if anybody's talking about Transformers. And the first review I ever saw was a guy called Decompose. Kevin, he was talking about the Seacons. I'm like, oh, okay. And then it's recommendations. I'm like, and I watched this guy, and I watched this guy, and I watched this guy. And I'm like, they've only got a camera, and I've got a camera, and I've got figure. I could do this. And that's basically how it started. And then I thought, well, try different ways of doing it. And, you know, I did the in front of the camera business. And then I thought, well, I'll try the disembodied hands thing. And it seems to, I did a hybrid at first as well. I talked about the character. And then people just going, show me the toy. I was like, okay. So I just did the thing. And I got more views doing that way than I did talking about the characters and being on camera, essentially. So, but you got to find your own niche. What works for you, I think, is best. You know. But yeah, that's basically how it started. I thought, well, I could do this. I have that figure. I'll talk about that figure. And then, because I used to have another channel, but for some reason, Google, YouTube, and their infinite wisdom locked me out of it, and I couldn't ever log back in. I don't know why. So I started a new one in 2012, and SoundwaveSG1, and then it's gone from there, really.
Read this comment. Listening to how people got into YouTube is so fun to me. So much better than my excuse, peer pressure.
Yeah. Well, I was at TF Nation a few years ago. Somebody said I'm like one of the old school British reviewers, because a lot of the people I used to watch don't do it anymore. Just completely stopped, which is a shame, because there's a lot of people do really good videos.
Collector 75 was my go-to for years.
Same.
Anytime I wanted to see a G1, and he was so funny, I would love. Yeah. I was like, oh, I've got this figure right here. I mean, he's all right, but he's shit.
Yeah. And then he transformed it. Oh, I've got 30 seconds left on the memory. Yeah. No, he's a good lad. He's great. He was one of my first subscribers as well. And like I say, he was, like I said, one of the first people I saw doing it. And I used to watch his videos for the rare stuff, you know, like your Star Convoy and your Metal Hawk and all that sort of stuff. And because, of course, seeing pictures of them is one thing, but when you see somebody actually play with it, it's something else, you know. But it's sorry, someone's fell over. It was just the fact that you don't see these things, especially back then. And then it was just like, well, I can do that. I'll go on eBay and I'll start going to conventions and buying the rare stuff. And it's part of the fun. I mean, I don't do it because, like I said, if a new figure comes out, don't bother me if I'm not the first person doing it. I could talk about, say a figure comes out today, it could take me 3-4 years to get around to talking about it. Or if I'm playing with it and I think it's cool, I'll do a review of it right there. But a lot of the time, it's like, I look at my collection and go, well, I haven't played with that figure for a while. And I get it out and I went, right, I'm going to talk about this next. You know, but I do have a review pile that's ready to review, but then some gets bumped to the top, some gets rearranged. I used to write things down and I just thought, nah, I'll just grab that and talk about that, you know.
That's me. I never write stuff down. I just grab it, shoot from the hip.
Yeah, same.
Absolutely. And I edit a lot.
Well, we'll get onto editing, but basically, if I talk about a figure and I make a mistake or I forgot to say something, I will delete the video and start again, because that way I get more repetition. But just at the minute, I don't know what it is. Everything seems to be fighting me. Whenever I do a review of something, it keeps fighting me. Like nothing will click in properly or things will drop off.
Well, the thing I definitely learned about doing reviews is you have to be in the mood to do it. You can't just force yourself to come up and video something. Otherwise, it's going to show on camera. You're going to screw up.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. There is sometimes you just got to take a break and think, you know what, I'm not going to put one out this week. I'm just going to, take a back seat. And then sometimes you just go, do you know what? I miss it. I'm going to do one anyway. It's a really hard thing to quantify. It's sometimes you like you say, you just don't want to do it. And other times it's like, oh, well, I kind of have to because me reviews and so it's kind of all everything and nothing all at once, isn't it?
Oh, that's for sure. I've got so much stuff. I'm so behind on things.
Yeah. I do. One of the videos I do enjoy doing the most is my Toyhax ones. Because what I do is I go, although you're better than me at it, I'll be honest. I go, these are the figures I'm doing. They look rubbish. And then I put a film on and then I sit there for hours putting the stickers in and then put the camera back on again and go, and there they are, look great, Did
you see my Deathsaurus Toyhax video?
I did.
It took me
even more.
A week to do that video.
Wow.
There was just so much and so many of those little pieces. So I just did bits at a time because his weapons had decals. So I was like, well, I'm going to do the weapons first. So I did those for 2 nights. Took a break. Then I went into the other thing. And because if you try to do those big ones all at once, you burn yourself out. You're just done.
But what makes me laugh, though, is you think, oh, there's only about 10 or 15 stickers. And you think, well, it'll take me 10 minutes. But no, it takes you at least an hour to do it properly. But it's part of the fun. I enjoy doing it.
I feel like I'm doing surgery when I do Toyhax because I break out my little kit. I've got my multiple tweezers.
Wow. I'm not that professional. I found that we have a discount shop chain. Sometimes we get Transformers in, but it's rare at the moment. It's called B&M. Home Bargains is called. B&M is the other one. I went in there and they had one of those nail kit things for 69 pence, which is about $1 thereabouts, or a bit less. But it was 69 pence, and in that you get some tweezers with a light on it, for plucking your eyebrows. But you also get them sort of wood things to put cuticles down. They are perfect with the right shape to get right in the nooks and crannies. And I'm like,
oh, it's funny. My favorite tool to Toyhax with is this angled tweezer.
I need some of those, the angled ones, yeah.
And these are sharp as shit. I have poked holes in me so many times with these things.
Yeah.
But I love them. I got this whole kit for like $9.99 on Amazon.
Nice.
It's got your angled pointy one, your straight pointy one, and then this flat one that I use for like the bigger decals. And what I like about these two is the tips. I use that to, once I put a decal on, I'll use the tip to smooth it into place.
Professionalism there, yeah.
I've learned a thing or two Toyhaxing.
Yeah. I really enjoy it. It's sort of like I said, I put a film on and then sort of concentrate, and it's kind of relaxing at the same time.
Now, like I said, my project for this weekend, I've got, I guess Prime is 5 decals. So I've got his sheet. What I'll do with him. So yeah, this.
Wow. You've frozen again.
His gun handle's not. I mean, it just sucks.
Yeah, I saw your review of it, and it's a bit of a shame. How are those figures? Because I'm looking at them going, they look cool.
This is great. He is a great Prime. He's one of the best ones. But I gave him this giant. Man, I'm dropping everything. Well, that went into another dimension. I don't even see it.
Oh yeah, I was doing a review the other day, and I fired a missile off. It gone.
I forget what figure I was reviewing last week. Oh, there was a half-hour break. It was Machine Wars Optimus Prime. The first time I fired the missile, it shot across my table and behind my computer desk.
Nice.
And I had to pause the video, and I'm on my hands and knees under my desk, digging trying to find that damn missile.
Oh, I found this is the weird thing. I mean, I keep all my missiles in a box, in a shoebox. But I still find the random missile here and there when I'm moving things around. It's like, oh yeah, there it is. Found one recently. I don't even know where it comes from. Where is it? I might put it in the box. Yeah, I found one recently.
It was going to bug me to death if I couldn't find that damn thing.
Yeah.
So going back to Toyhaxing, you ever be Toyhaxing and you're done and you'd be like in the shower the next day and there's a decal stuck on your arm?
Oh yeah, from the old ones, yeah. Done that.
Or sometimes you'll be putting stuff on there and they'll just disappear. I'm like, where in the
Yeah, and then I always even though I vacuum up afterwards, you always find like bits of scrap floating around. Yeah, I've had Decepticon symbols on my fingernails, and I went, oh yeah. And so I use it because I watch a guy called Toy Polloy, and he does videos about repairing toys.
Oh yeah, he's helped me out a couple times. I did Action Master repairs with the O-rings on the inside.
Yeah. He did the because he showed me that if you use lighter fluid on old decals, it just dissolves the old adhesive, and you just get rid of it. It's great. Although you've got to wash it off almost straight away, otherwise you've got lighter fluid on your figures.
Now, do you have Goo Gone over there?
No, we don't.
I love that stuff, and it's like a gel, and it works pretty good.
Yeah, cool.
All right, well, let's see. Number 7, what keeps inspiring you to get in front of your camera? I think you kind of answered that.
Yeah, it's just like I said, if I look at my shelf and go, I haven't seen that figure for a while. And when I was going through my ones in storage, and I pulled out my animated leader bulkhead with the headmaster, and I'm like, this is a great figure. I need to talk about it because it's finding things that I completely forgot I had. I'm like, oh yeah, I ain't done that. I ain't seen that for ages. I'll do that and do this. So it's kind of rediscovering it again as well. And another thing as well is when I've been watching a couple of reviews. I love Better the Stormtroopers reviews. He's really good, and he's done a few reasonably recently. And I'm like, I have that figure. I need to talk about it as well. So it's kind of like, it's not because they've done that particular figure. It's just that, well, it is, but hang on a minute. I couldn't explain it. It's because I've not touched my version of that figure for a good while, and it's like, oh, of course it does that, and it does this. It's really cool. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that one. So, and then seeing the views come in at the moment, and the subscriber count just racking up, it's making me going, people actually want to watch me do this. So I'm like, well, I'll try to do better things, try to do mystery bags and stuff like that. But here in the UK, they're a bit few and far between. It's kind of hard to find stuff like that,
Yeah, that part I enjoy the interactivity myself. I mean, I try to reply to every comment I can, just to keep that interaction going. And at least I leave a little heart to let people know I at least read your comment.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, and it's the fact that people are taking the time out of the day and going, that was a great review. Keep it going. It makes you go, do you know what? I'm going to go do another video.
It's fun. And it's an addition to your hobby where you used to buy a figure, transform it a couple times, throw it on the shelf. Now you buy a figure, transform it a couple times, show it off on video as show and tell, then put it on your shelf.
Yeah. I'll put some pictures on Instagram. Yeah.
I haven't figured out Instagram that much. I mean, I throw stuff up here and there.
I'm still, it's still weird that I'm not sure how to post links on there yet. That's why I haven't got any of my videos on there. I'm not sure how it works, but yeah, take photos. And
I'll take pictures of my thumbnails. I'll post thumbnails and say, hey, new video up on my channel.
Ah, okay. I didn't think you did.
There's an idea.
There you go.
All right, sir. Number 8. We are getting to the finish line. There are thousands of toy reviewers on YouTube. What makes you different from the rest?
I think I'm not sure, to be quite honest. So I was thinking about this very question the other day. I was watching a couple of year-old episode. I was thinking about this very question. I have absolutely no idea, quite honestly. Graham the Collect 75 did, like I said to you earlier, about being professionally unprofessional, which made me laugh. And then he also said that he likes my videos because I'm not afraid to call a spade a spade. If I think a figure is shit, I will call it shit. I'm not one of these. There's a few reviews out there will remain nameless that will go, well, it's not to my taste, but I think it's good. Just say it's shit. Come on, be honest. Like if Hasbro sent me, not that they will, but if they sent me a care package and said, please review them, I will give my honest opinion. I'm not going to be sugarcoating anything. I'm going to say, well, this is a load of crap. Don't buy it, or, but then the reverse is true as well. It's like when you look at a G1, like a Pretender or a really bad G1 figure, I go, this is absolute garbage, but I love it. It's so stupid, Well,
it's like when I end my videos, I'm like, is this, I think when I do G1s, I always end it with, does this belong in your collection? I'll be like, well, this one is for your hardcore G1 fans only.
Yeah.
You just want it because I love the Pretenders, but the figures are horrible if you think about it. They have no articulation. Absolutely. They know.
I think the best one out of all the Pretenders,
Thunderwing.
Well, apart from Thunderwing, I was going to say is Bumblebee. Pretender Classic Bumblebee.
Oh, that's the best Bumblebee figure we've gotten.
Yeah, it is, but the head doesn't fold away properly. It's like, come on, you did it only a couple of years ago. Come on.
It could be worse. Jazz.
Oh man, I reviewed Jazz. I bought Jazz at TFN last year for a steal. It was £30, and it was trashed. And that was one of the things I went, I've got to get the Toyhax for this. And I did the Toyhax video. It looks better. It's still garbage. Because his chest goes like that, and you can't see anything.
Yep. I'm sitting there looking at him now. He's over my bottom shelf.
Yeah, and Grimlock. Grimlock I think, is the most egregious one because two things. One, it's a crap figure, but secondly, it promises you Grimlock.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, no, you've missed the point entirely. Although Starscream's Pretender Shell is the best one of the three. Best one of the four, sorry.
For a humanoid one. Normally, I don't like the humanoids.
No, I do. I like
Starscream's is awesome.
But I do like the sort of Japanese kaiju, these things could fight Godzilla kind of monsters. And it's like, because they're just batshit crazy. And I love it. The only complete one I have, actually, is Skullgrin, and I really like that one. Because actually the figure inside isn't that bad.
No.
Yeah. Out of all of them, I think he's the better one of the original set.
Bomb Burst wasn't too bad, except you couldn't really transform. The problem with the Pretenders, they couldn't be their alt mode without the weapons attached.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And you lose the weapons, that's it.
You
cannot play with that toy anymore. The worst one of that is Gunrunner, where you've got a robot that connects to a huge thing to make it a jet.
Yeah,
and
he turns into the cargo.
Yeah, it turns into like a thing. And then actually pointing out a thing that you could do with it, and Graham the Collect 75 didn't know, is that you can actually set him up in the car and put the cockpit down and he can drive it.
Neat.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah,
because
I think I did that in my review because the cockpit actually folds down.
It does, yeah. The bit underneath folds down so you can sit him in it. But it's just like, I don't understand those because they turn into vehicles and yet he's got his car out and driving that as well. I don't know. If they made it like they become part of the car, made it like a bit more complex. But I think the money ran out back in the day.
Oh, they were trying to be edgy.
Yeah.
All right, number 9. I always like hearing people's answers on this one. What is the one thing that you find the hardest about being a YouTuber?
Oh, the hardest about being a YouTuber? I don't know because I'm liking the subscriber count, but I've never looked at it as if I look at it as if I make some money, great. If people are watching my videos, great. If one person watching the video, great. If 1,000 people watch it, that's still great. It's kind of like, I think motivation is probably the hardest thing. Like we said earlier on, some days you just go, can't be bothered. And other days it's just like, I've got 10 figures I'm going to do right now. You've got that, I say everything and nothing. And I think motivation is the hardest bit. Is just getting that, I'm doing the figure, I'm going to get this out, I'm going to edit. And, because editing sometimes for me is a bit, but when I look at the end product, I go, do you know what? That's pretty good, But I think motivation is the hardest thing about being a YouTuber.
For me, it's time.
Yeah.
I got a full-time job. I'm a dad, I'm a husband, and just find the time to get up here. Well, as most people in the chat know, a 10-minute YouTube video doesn't take 10 minutes to film.
No.
I mean, like a Toyhax one took me a week to film. A 15-minute G1 review could take me anywhere from 2 to 3 hours.
Like I say, if you're recording a video, like I said earlier, if I'm recording a video and I mess up, I'll delete it and start again. So I could have been talking an hour already. So I'm going to do it again.
See, I've learned when I'm doing my videos and I'm talking about it, I always, behind the scenes, I pause a little bit. I got this Captain Kirk thing going on. That way, if I screw up, I can just edit that and then connect it together.
Ah, there you go, learning things all the time.
I've learned tricks.
Yeah, that's it. Because I used to do that, but then I just thought, this is taking forever, cutting the ums and ahs, and it's out of it. And I just thought, you know what, I'll leave it in. It's fine. But then again, when I do, it's weird because when I'm talking right now, I'm pretty good. But when I look at a figure, sometimes my brain just goes, "What are you doing?" And I just go, "That's cool," and it does this, and that's cool, and it does that. So there's no like what Thew does. He has this brilliant way of putting words together. But I just go, hey, it's cool.
I catch myself saying, and that's about it. And he does it, and that's about it. I say, I got to quit saying that.
I go, it's pretty fucking cool. But yeah, and I always manage. I always screw the end up. Always manage. But in my head, it's like,
well, come on, lag. It's pretty easy. I'm looking at Prime here, and I see he's got all these different movements. Like his arm moves this way, and then it will go this way. I mean, it's easy.
That's it. I mean, another thing as well is like I say, everybody's got their own niche way of doing it. You know, I mean, although I have started to do it. If I've got the packaging and I think it's cool, I'll show it off because generally I think packaging is a bit kind of you know.
See, I've gotten in the habit of doing that, and I don't know if my viewers expect it. I'll get a brand new figure and like, I want to take him out of the box and mess with him, but I haven't reviewed it yet. So I sit there, but sometimes I will grab that figure and run up here real quick, throw the light on. Hey, what's going on? The featured bot today is such and such. He's in this package. We're looking at this. Film that. Then I'll take him out and probably 2 days later film the actual review. You never know when my intro is filmed.
Well, that's it. Well, my intros, I tend to tailor them to what I'm specifically talking about. So, like, if I'm talking about an Energon figure, for example, I'll have the title card come up, show it in the package, show the buff mode, then show a picture from the cartoon or comic book or wherever it's come from. And then I go, right, this is, then I go, hello, you Sushi Long Pigs. And then I have to explain that. Basically, I just found that the three words just sound very lyrical. Insouciant long pig. And what it means is, insouciant means sort of carefree and not a care in the world and happy-go-lucky kind of person. And a long pig is what cannibals call people. I just thought it sounded good together. I don't ask me where it came from. It just popped in my head one day, and then, or I do, you piss pants wearing gruffle grabbers, and that's from a TV show. And it's just kind of like, I like to mix it up a bit. Don't ask me why I do it. I just do.
All right. Well, here we go. Number 10, final one. This is all about you. Do you have any channel goals? And where can our viewers find you? This is your chance to plug yourself and your channel. And if anyone's not subscribed to Soundwave, I have a link to his channel in the description of this video.
Channel goals. Just get more subscribers, it's not like I'm going out my way to get them, if that makes sense. I'm more shocked that I'm getting them, you know what I mean? It's got, another subscriber. I'd like one of those plaques would be nice, because I'm a bit narcissistic, and having my name in a plaque would be nice. Oh, you ain't got one, have you?
No, but I got this cool one Fire Talks made me for when I hit 15,000 subscribers.
Oh, cool.
This is actually a replica of a 3D printed gun that he gave me for, I think it was 5,000 subscribers.
Oh, nice, cool. Yeah, just sort of oh yeah, I've got one. Oh, I can play too. I've got a phaser. Just kind of recognition, like I say, like a plaque and
man,
well, that escalated quickly, didn't it?
I don't have any more.
But no, yeah, it's just kind of like I'm just enjoying being me, if that makes sense. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing. And
that's a good thing too, because when I went to TFCon and a lot of people were meeting me, they were so surprised that I act the same way I do in person as I do on YouTube. They're like, "Oh, I thought you just," because some people they think of themselves as a character on YouTube. And I was like, "Hell, I'm just."
I got the same thing. I have signed autographs, which was weird. People have come up to me and said, "Oh, you're SoundwaveSG1." I'm like, "Yeah. Would you mind signing it?" What?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
It's so weird. And I'm like, "Yeah, but there's Theo over there. Go speak to Theo. He's much better than me." But no, I love your videos. I'm like, "Oh, right, okay." And I'm never like, "Go away, I'm busy," or anything like that. It's never like that. It's just kind of I'm more surprised that you've asked me to sign something. I'm like, "Okay, whoa, weird." That'd be £27.50.
I'd say that was my favorite part of the con, was just talking to other people and other fans. Yeah. I had such a good time. It just ticks me off I can't go this year.
Well, if you ever get the chance, get to TF Nation. You'll absolutely love it. I mean, I'd like to get to, when I get the chance, get to a TF con. Because I saw the videos of you and Bear and all the others doing the chip challenge, which was hilarious.
And painful.
Yeah. I'm sat here laughing my head off at you guys going, "What are you doing?" But no, it seems like you guys have a good time, and we have a good time too. But no,
we do. It's amazing the friends I've made doing this. Because around here, nobody's into this stuff. I mean, that's part of the reason I do it on YouTube. It's a way to meet other Transformer fans. I mean, around here, oh, you're a nerd who collects toys.
Yeah,
when you go to a convention, oh my God, Patriot Prime. It's surreal.
It is, because when you're at these conventions, you can be yourself, because you're surrounded by people who like the same stuff you do. I mean, even if it's not, not just Transformers, but somebody will be a big horror fan. I'm a big Dawn of the Dead fan. I'm sure I'll find somebody that likes to film, and we'll sit and talk about zombie movies for 3 hours, or Godzilla films, or video games, or comic books, or whatever. And it's you can be yourself, because I've got friends. I'll mention a film and they go, "That's it." I'll mention a film and they go, What? And I'm like, "How come you've not seen that film? How? What?" And then when I'm sat out in when we're in pub, and I get a notification going, "And these figures are coming out. Oh, look!" And everybody's going, "Don't care. It's just toys." It's not just toys, though. But at TF Nation,
it's not toys. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, exactly. And then at TF Nation, you go and people buy things and show them off in the bar. There'll be thousands of people spread out in the bar, and every table has packaging on it and robots on it and beers on it, and you can't go a few yards without going, "I've got that thing. That's really cool."
Everybody is friendly.
Absolutely.
People come up and talk. They don't give a shit how about anything else other than you like them plastic robots. I like them plastic robots. Let's talk about plastic robots.
Or you go, "Toys. I've got toys. Let's play." But no, I mean, it's just a wonderful thing. It really is. I wouldn't change it for the world. I've been going 14 years this year. So I've been going every single year, apart from the years we don't talk about, but every single year I go, because we just have the best time. You can, because when you're at these things, you're not your job, you're not your family, you're not this, you are that person there, and everything else can be, I don't mean like your family, you know what I mean, but you can sort of be yourself. You can, let go. You can, because partners and things, they don't always get it, but even so, when partners have gone, they've enjoyed it because they've seen you in a different light, and then there's other wives and girlfriends that they can talk to and get to know, and and it works both ways as well.
Plus, how often can a bunch of people hang out in a bar, drink, and talk about robots?
Correct. Once a year. It's a shame you can't make it this year, though.
Yeah, is what it is, but it'll give me a chance to save up and hit them in 2025.
That's it, yeah. That's it.
Gotta think positive. Maybe we'll be in Florida again. Go hang out with Bert for another week.
Yeah, I'd like to meet Bert. He seems like
he is a hoot. Oh my God.
Yeah. I love his videos too, and he just seems like he's just a mental case, and I'm like,
oh, he
would fit perfectly with us lot, but but that's the thing, and it's just such, I can't really explain it unless you've not been. If you've not been, and I've heard stories that, "Oh, I've got a bit of anxiety, I'm not sure, I don't think I can get there," and it's like, well, I say try and get there. Just come for one day. If you can make just one day, you'll realize that, one of us, come, you're welcome. Come and talk to us. Come and have a few beers or come play some toys. You know what I mean? And it's exactly that. There's one lad called Lawrence, and he's on the spectrum, bless him. And he was very kind of unsure about going one year. And we're like, look, well, if you want to come, we'll look after you. If you've got any requirements, let any of us know. We'll sort you out. And he came and he just went, I'm coming every year now. This is amazing. Because everybody sort of took him under our wings. And we're like, well, this is such and such. And these guys like Power Rangers. These guys like Doctor Who. These guys like Star Wars. And then you can slot them into other things as well. And, and he's one of these people that, because I always made sure he was, if I saw him around, you okay? Do you need any help? Do you need to be sat outside? And, because sometimes you need to be, what's the word? You need a break. And I'm like, if you need a break, just go for a break. Nobody's going to be chasing after you or anything. But he loved it, and he comes every year as well. So
it's addictive. You hang out, and even if you're not spending money, I went almost the entire Saturday at TFCon, didn't spend any money whatsoever until near the end. And once that seal got broken.
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember my first year was 2009, and I'd saved up a lot of money, and I'd gone in the dealer's room, and I just went and like that, and then realised I have no more money for the rest of the weekend. Oh, dear. So now, a bit more careful. And again, going to these things, you get to know the dealers and so you can message them on Facebook and go, I don't suppose you've got one of these, and if you do, can you save it? And 9 times out of 10, they go, no problem, And so it's all about. And then there's a thing as well at TF Nation. There's an early bird ticket. Now I never get the early bird ticket because the things that I want are G1, so they're all going to be there anyway. And if it's the new stuff, some of the dealers will have them packed floor to ceiling. And plus, I know
you, bro.
Fire
Talks had a booth. He couldn't really hang out with us because he was working. He was.
Yeah, I have done a booth a couple of times, and it's fun, but it's a different kind of fun.
We kept trying to swing by. It was him and Hoist.
Yeah,
and we'd swing by, try to say hi, but they were busy and everything. You just couldn't keep them from wheeling and dealing. So.
But the other side of the coin, though, is if you know people have got a table, you can ask them very politely and go, well, I don't suppose you can have a look around and see if anybody's got this. And if they have, would you mind picking it up? And I'll give you the cash for it. And then they go, no problem. So when they're in I always look at the queue and go, I'm way too old to be getting up at this early in the morning. And then I go for breakfast and then just saunter in. My friend goes, oh, all them stuff. Cheers, thank you. Out the door. Brilliant. So it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah, that was our fun parts was at the end. Each night we'd all gather around for dinner and just had a good old time telling stories about the day and watching Bert play with that damn Armada sideswipe. I've never seen a man have so much fun with a toy in my life.
I got him a few years ago. That figure is one of the worst figures. and I reviewed it and I'm just like, what were they thinking? The gimmick's rubbish. The car mode's great. It looks fantastic in the car mode. But it's got transformers on the windscreen. It's like, are you supposed to be a robot in disguise? Okay. Like Machine Wars Prime has got transformers, molded into the back, and it's all right. But no, I got that figure because one table was selling a load of
Machine Wars Prime.
Yeah, there he is.
Man, it's the primest looking of the primes.
Yeah, but no, there was one table that was selling. They had a bunch of movie stuff, Unicorn Trilogy stuff, and they were selling them for like half price. And I managed to get him for like £4, which is about $3 ish. I don't know. And I got him. I can't remember what else I got now, but I got him, and I'm like, wow. People go, why have you bought him? I'm like, because he's a load of crap. I don't want to review it. But the mini-con's rubbish as well.
That's like when I bought these little shits. I need to review them. And I'm like, why did I buy these? They're just, I don't know. They're officially licensed Transformers products that I have to put in front of the camera.
Nice.
I mean, I've got.
Oh, pretty cool, though. But yeah, that's the other thing about going to convention, just to segue even further, is you never know what you're going to find. Before you go in, there is a chance to find something of everything. I mean, last year I spent a lot of money. But you never know what you're going to find. You can find everything from G1 to rare G1 to like the gold ones, what we call the lucky draw ones. I've seen those at TF Nation. They're just random. It's just completely random. But then now there's the Gundam guys. You can buy Gundam kits there, which everybody bought except for me. Because I'm like, right, if I start buying Gundam kits, I will be even more poor. You know, but it's a good laugh, and I'll enjoy it. And I highly recommend, if you've never been to a con before, go. You know.
Yeah, can't get stressed out enough. Got to go to a con.
Yeah, got to go to the con. But just before the second part of that question, we got way out thinking. To find me, just search SoundwaveSG1. It's on Twitter, or X as they call it now, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the Xbox Live gamer tag's also SoundwaveSG1 as well. So just put that in, you'll find this boat race.
All right. Well, my friend, that pretty much wraps everything up. It has been an hour. I know it's now, what, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. where you're at?
Yeah, 11 minutes past 3.
Yeah, so I've kept you up long enough. I really, really appreciate you coming on. And
thanks
I know
for having me on.
Talking to me, I cured your cough.
You did. Thanks for having me on, yeah.
I'm a miracle worker. So yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for hopping on. I appreciate it. Everybody in the chat, thank you for joining us tonight. And if you are not subscribed, as I said, there's a link in the description of this video. Subscribe to Tony here, SoundwaveSG1, and show him some love.
Thank you.
We all need more love in this world anymore.
We do, yeah. And like I say, one of the things about Transformers is escapism. It's like, you know, you can whatever the day's done to you, you're angry, you're upset, you pick a robot up, and then it's gone. You know?
There you go. Unless it's hard to transform and pisses you off.
That too.
Well, guys, once again, thanks for joining in. Subscribe to Soundwave. And if not, well, you must be subscribed if you're watching this show anyway. So thank you all for your support. I just hit 17,500 subscribers. So thank each and every one of you for supporting me along my journey. And I hope everybody has a good night. This is Patriot Prime signing out.
Bye-bye.